Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you Game 3 in the series between Nani and Artis. This Game 3 taking place on Daybreak, a map that I do not have that much familiarity with in terms of casting. I do believe it's part of the GSL pool right now, but I have never cast a game on it. Let's go ahead and review the map just a little bit. Now taking a look at it, I have cast games on this, but I still don't know all too much about it. Now, there is a rich Vespian geyser off over here next to a Xel'Naga tower here. This Xel'Naga tower is surrounded in vents, so units inside the Xel'Naga tower can attack units that are outside up until the Zealots or Stalkers are actually able to gain sight on the inside or perhaps an observer. We are going for a standard pylon here over here by the front door, and there are only 2 spawning locations on this map. And the map really, this map has a lot of expansions for its size. You can see that there is, 4 bases on the left, 4 bases on the right, 2 bases in the center, and then 2 what I call half bases in the middle, as well as the probe going to come up the ramp, take a look around, and see what's going on. There are destructible rocks right over here for a rather narrow choke point there, and then there is another wide choke point over here for the all-important third base, but it is rather far away from the natural expansion as the probe now tends to take a look around and see what's going on. He does not see gas, which is exactly what he is currently looking for, knowing whether or not his opponent's going to be going for a higher economic game or a higher tech game. The probe looks like it wants to get away. Stevie the SCV chasing down Peppy the probe, as Peppy now going to just simply walk back up the ramp and say, you know what, I really want to see whether you are going for gas. And at this stage, because he sees that there is no gas whatsoever, knows that he can just he can perhaps try to tech and put in a little bit more of an aggressive play. Nani pretty much opening up with the standard build. There's that second pylon. Cybernetics core should be coming in just a moment. There you go. He will be supply blocked for a little bit of time. So I'm getting supply blocked there right now for about a good 7 to 8 seconds. I'm losing perhaps half a probe in that one supply block there, as we now see a command center being established. We are now going into a liftoff of the barracks. Rather interesting that he's actually lifting off the barracks. Not quite sure what add-on he's going to go for, or if he can even build an add-on, as he's moving the barracks back away. Perhaps he's expecting a starport and void ray harassment, and he doesn't want that barracks right there. Perhaps some supply depots that he can easily raise and lower. It looks like a Nexus will be warping in as well, and this means that both sides are going to be pretty much free to macro up, train up workers, and try to get this game to go a little bit longer, as there's not going to be that early aggression. You can see currently a Nexus just training up more and more probes, not being chrono boosted. Smart right now, just because he knows that if he chrono boosts, he's going to supply block himself even further. Currently about 15 seconds away, and going to be supply blocked for another 9 seconds once more. Stalker will be coming out of that gateway in just a moment. That SCV needs to get out of there, not chrono boosting out the Stalker, interestingly enough, as we are now still sitting on a lot of energy on that Nexus. Probe trying to chase away that SCV. SCV knowing that he needs to get the heck out of dodge. Marines now looking around, making sure that there are no proxy pylons for any Zealot run-bys later on. There is a Marine inside this Xel'Naga tower here. The probe knows that it needs to get away. It is down to 10 hit points, and now a Stalker coming in. And oh, I think Artis is going to lose. Is he going to lose it? Not 100% sure. The SCV is still running back around. Going to go back up, get up onto the high ground. The SCV is slightly slower, and there it goes. So the Stalker able to get the revenge kill there. And I believe both sides, only 1 loss so far, as the total losses, total losses 50 versus 0. I guess you can say Nani has an infinitesimal lead, but that would really be overstating it. Nani currently powering a lot of buildings with 1 Artosis pylon. Sentries back over here, another pylon being set up over here as well, as the Marines are ready to meet and greet any units that try to come in. The Stalkers and the Sentries could easily take down these destructible rocks, as the Marines are now on their way out to do a bit of scouting. A Stalker going to hold this Xel'Naga tower and not see very much, as the Marines may be coming around the far side No, they're actually going to run right straight through this open area here by this Xel'Naga tower. And now all the units really need to back off. The Stalkers need to back off. Are they going to be able to perhaps use their superior range and now get some easy damage there? But now in that brush, very difficult to engage. You can see that Nani knows that the tower is being activated, but can't really do anything about it. And now, oh, the Marines and the Marauders may be able to walk up the ramp. It doesn't look like it, as we are now at 39 probes compared to 33 SCVs. Mules are being added once more. It looks like there's still plenty of energy on the Nexuses. Level 1 weapons upgrade and armor upgrades could be chrono boosted out. There you go. Also going into the Twilight Council. So he may be going for 2-2 upgrades. 2-2 very fast upgrades with sentry support. And with only level 1 weapons upgrade on the infantry, that is going to be a great reduction in damage, allowing for essentially 4 to 5 armor, depending if he gets the level 2 weapon or armor upgrades, against Marines, making the Marines only deal 2 damage a pop. Marines are still back over here. We are going into a starport. Reactor is being built as the Marines and the Marauders looking to take down the destructible rocks over here. These rocks do have 3 armor, like standard rocks, as the Marines still just walking around trying to figure out what's going on. Players sitting on 2 bases. Level 1 weapons and armor upgrades have been completed. We should be getting level 2 in just a moment. He just needs a little bit more gas. And with the lower cost, Nani should be able to start that up in just a moment as well. And as these 2 assimilators get powered up and ready to go. There you go, starting up both. He is going to start chrono boosting that armor to give it or get it to catch up just a little bit. 31 compared to 18. I believe another chrono boost will be needed to catch it up completely, as the Marines is just currently sitting back over here. Proxy pylons, or pylons just being finished out across, as both players really want to build the superior army before they try to engage. Now, the problem is going to be whether or not Nani has enough of a way to deal with the massive Bioforce. We saw in Game 1 that he didn't have enough to deal with the Bioforce, and because of that, not enough High Templars, not enough Colossi. Even after some very effective harassment, Artis was able to get back into the game. Factory now making its way in. There is a pylon over here as well, and we'll see what is going to go down, as there may be some drops or there may be just an attack straight up on the front door. Harvester count 56 compared to 51. Factory going to be doing a bit of a flyby here, as we are now, nope, not going for the Templar Archives research. So no Psystorm as of yet. Level 2 weapons and upgrade, and now level 2 armor upgrades about to be completed, needing about another 30 seconds or so, about another 40 seconds on that one, as energy is still being added and added. You can see there is a pylon over here currently getting attacked. A Zealot may make its way down. Yeah, the Zealot is going to make its way down and finish off that Marine there, as a Nexus is going to be established. Command Center already upgrading to an orbital command. Will take a little bit of time to get in position, as these Marines, 1 Marine over here easily gets taken down. 2-2 upgrades now being completed. 3-3 upgrades being started. More Zealots still need to be warped in. It looks like the cooldown is, 6 warp gates, as a Marine or SCV able to simply just walk in straight through that front door and take a look around. I thought I saw it. Where'd it go? Does he still have it inside the base? Yep, he still has it right there, right inside the base, next to that right there. So the SCV just still wandering around, able to get a lot of sight. Level 2 and level 3 upgrades about to be completed there, as the Marauders and the Marines getting some easy shots, and only an Archon to try and fight back. There is 1 Templar or 1 High Templar here. We are still not going into Psystorm at all, as the Zealots, and there is a proxy pylon here which is going to intercept. Oh, Artist being very tricky, hiding an orbital command up here, making sure that it is out of view, but I think Nani will spot it now. And now, how is this engagement going to work? There are a decent number of ghosts, 5 ghosts in the group. EMP Shockwave dealing a lot of damage. And as Terran players are using more and more ghosts, it is getting more and more difficult for Protoss to really engage with a Protoss gateway ball, as a lot of damage could easily be dealt. Zealots are back over here. Psystorm finally being added. Here's the EMP, and now no more sentries and energy there. Zealots trying to stim back. Stalkers still continuing the fight over here. Medevacs are getting shot down. It looks like another medevac may get taken down there. Yes, it does get taken down, but the Marines and the Marauders are going to be able to just completely chase after these units. Archons up on the high ground. Zealots finishing off some of those Marines as this proxy pylon needs to get taken down and finally land. Still has a factory off over here. 3 upgrades about to be completed. Templar archives about to be completed or research about to be completed as well, as the Archons will be able to deal 47 damage per attack. The Marines do have a base 2 armor right now starting level 3. Level 3 upgrades have finished. We'll see whether or not Nani goes for additional shield upgrades, as shield upgrades would be a rather interesting choice, especially if his heavy investment in Archons continue. Zealots are over here. There are a decent number of High Templar. The High Templars do have enough for a couple Psystorms there. And now, Medevacs in the center of the group. And now in comes the group. EMP Shockwave. Wow, that was a very nice EMP Shockwave, dealing a lot of damage. And now where's that Psystorm? There's a Psystorm, and that is going to be rather painful. There's another one as Artis is in trouble and not having enough ghosts to really deal with this at all, as the Archons are continuing their push. Archons merging together, dealing 47 damage per attack. Taking a look at the losses. Losses are now dead even. 62 Harvesters compared to 61, but there are 4 Mules strip mining this location off over here. Command Center going to get canceled. Zealots now making their way over. Marauders, Marines, and Ghosts off over here, as there is just one Observer still in the air. That Observer still getting shot down by the same missile turret, or Observer's getting shot down by the same missile turrets once more, as Nani sets up a new proxy pylon. A Marine down over here. It should be able to at least get sight of it in just a moment, as we are now going into a robotics bay and getting a second robotics facility. Down goes that SCV there. Units could be warping in down over here as the Zealots could try to engage. There are a lot of Ghosts, though. The Ghosts are going to be able to EMP Shockwave, getting in some damage. Oh, are they going to snipe? No snipe onto the Zealot, as all those units back off once more. And now in come even more Zealots. So Zealot crazy. Level 1 shield upgrades now being added, or level 2 shield upgrades, as the Guardian shield. Zealot's going to surround, take down. There's some EMP Shockwaves. Zealots losing a lot of their shields. Marauders and Marines fighting behind a command center being built. Another Zealot or 2 will get taken down. And now in come more units once again. In comes the counterattack. Zealots are chasing. Both sides suffering a lot of damage. Artists now balling up into that location. They're able to turn around and fight back. But a Psystorm is going to be very bad news. And there it is, right on top of all of those Marauders there. And I believe Artis is going to end up losing this third base location, as it does fall. And EMP Shockwaves now coming in. But the Archon did not take any of the damage there towards his shields. Marines and Marauders getting destroyed. Ghost, Bio trying to fight back, but I think Nani is just too far in position. Could easily have killed off a bunch of SCVs, as the Orbital Command now lifts off at the third base. More Marauders trying to file in, but this is not going to be good news at all, as the Zealots are still coming in, and I believe this will be the GG here. Nani coming in, going after SCVs, gonna get a lot of kills, and there's the GG. Artis losing Game 3 in this best of 3 series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.